a special guest, our senator from Massachusetts. We're getting two senators from Massachusetts on one call. Senator Ed Markey.
Well, thank you, Maurice, so much. And thanks for organizing this. And to anyone who is listening, we can't agonize. We have to organize. That's what tonight's about. Organize, volunteering, getting out there, doing the work, tipping dormitories, suburbs, precincts, upside down, getting everyone out to work, because we're here tonight because we know the fate of our democracy and our planet is at stake on election day. Global temperatures are the highest in recorded history. We have a MAGA-captured, illegitimate Supreme Court that gave us the Dobbs decision, but gave Donald Trump immunity. The immoral distribution of wealth in this country, voting rights restrictions, election interference, Project 2025. We are facing generational challenges as Americans, but under the leadership of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, we have met the challenge. 15 million new jobs, including the largest year of job growth in American history. We appointed, Kamala and Joe appointed the first Black woman, Ketanji Brown Jackson, to the U.S. Supreme Court. We passed the Inflation Reduction Act, otherwise known as the single largest investment in our nation's history to combat climate change and be the leader in the world, with Kamala Harris there to cast a historic tie-breaking vote. And who was it that created, in partnership with me, the $27 billion National Climate Bank, where 50% of the money goes to Black, Brown, and to disadvantaged communities? Kamala Harris. Do you know who introduced with me the law that eventually became the Juneteenth national holiday? Kamala Harris. Do you know who secured $20 billion for homeowners during the foreclosure crisis? Do you know who prosecuted and collected billions of dollars from oil companies and corporate polluters? Do you know who was the first woman, first African-American, first Asian-American vice president in the history of the United States? Kamala Harris, Kamala Harris, Kamala Harris. And she is going to make history again on Election Day. There's no one better to prosecute the case against the felon Donald Trump than Kamala Harris. And while she was leading the vanguard on reproductive freedom and abortion rights and representing our country at the highest level of negotiations around the world, Republicans and Heritage Foundation, Billionaire Boys Club were writing Project 2025, their hateful, racist, homophobic, misogynistic roadmap for a fascistic, extremist, MAGA-fueled future. They don't want to make America great again. They want to make America hate again. That's Donald Trump. Those are the agenda items that he wants to get passed. Affirmative action, gone. LGBTQ rights, gone. Access to contraception, gender-affirming care, the Department of Education, gone, gone, gone. And when GOP wasn't standing for got our protections, it was standing for gas and oil party. In May, Trump told Big Oil that the price is right. With a campaign contribution of $1 billion, he would eviscerate all of the climate regulations that Democrats put on the books to save our planet and create millions of new jobs. All those tax credits from the IRA, wind, solar, battery storage technologies, all electric vehicles, gone. Under Trump, the IRA is DOA. Fuel economy standards, gone. All of those benefits, gone. Paris Climate Agreement, gone. Environmental justice funding for our Black, Brown, Indigenous, and Native communities, gone. Clean Air Act protections, offshore oil drilling restrictions, gone. If he gets elected, Donald Trump's not going to have a cabinet in his administration. He's going to have a cartel. He's giving away the agenda to the fossil fuel polluters. And they talk a lot about socialism. Oh, the Green New Deal is socialistic. Well, what do you call tax breaks on the books for oil and gas and coal companies for 100 years? I call that socialism. Give us the same socialism for wind and solar and EVs, and we will bury the fossil fuel industry back to the to the ground where they belong. So we know that they have a Project 2025. Then we're going to need a victory for Kamala 2024. That's the only answer we can provide. So I just ask all of you to get out there, join Kamala, volunteer in a movement to uphold democracy that works for everyone. Volunteer for a movement that believes in science, holds corporations accountable, builds a livable future, a movement that fights for our workers and our unions and their right to organize and collectively bargain. A movement that says the NRA should stand for not relevant anymore in American politics, restores Roe versus Wade, and makes sure on Election Day that we make history by making Kamala Harris the next president of the United States. We're going to need you to get out there and volunteer, to make whatever contribution you can. And then this generation will make this country more fair, more safe, more clean, more healthy, and begin to capture the real agenda our country should have. So get out there, go do it. You are the people. This is the time. Let's get it done in the final 90 days. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Senator Markey. Let's go do it. Absolutely. And next up, I have a friend and comrade, somebody who has been organizing for social justice.